Hello, and welcome to Two Guys, One Movie. My name is Emmanuel.
And I'm Andre, and this week we're going to talk about The Chronicle, directed by Josh Trank. The film follows three high school students who stumble upon a mysterious object. We later see them gain telekinetic superpowers. But how will they use these superpowers?
Yeah, quick thing, we just came from the movie theaters and we're recording this, so we haven't talked to each other about it.
Nope.
And that's what's interesting, because we're going to see if our opinions agree. Okay, you start. What do you have to say?
Okay, well, I personally thought that the film was a bit of a mixed bag. It tried to implement comedy, some drama, and then all of a sudden later it takes a very dark turn, I thought. Not all of these elements work necessarily, but overall it's a pretty well done film. I thought I really liked the way they handled just the whole telekinetic element of the film, something that we haven't seen in films before.
Like the special effects themselves?
The special effects, just what they do with their telekinesis, what they do with their powers.
That's exactly what I was thinking the whole movie, because we've watched other movies before where like superheroes have telekinetic powers, and it's always so stupid because you can do so much more with telekinetic powers that they never do in the movies. And here they use like almost every aspect that you could think of.
That's probably the biggest part that I liked about the film. Other than that, I thought the characters, there's basically three main characters.
High school kids.
Yeah, just basic high school kids.
A popular kid, a kid who's abused at home,
and his
cousin Matt.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name. The one thing I thought they could have get rid of was just the whole high school thing. Just thought it just made the movie longer, and could have gone without that. We see them in parties and I thought just too much high school. Should have focused more on just telekinesis stuff. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good film, although it did have a few problems. Yeah, the characters overall. All of a sudden, I think by the third act, the main character just kind of changes for very little reason.
Disagree.
You disagree on that. I thought that just a dramatic change for very little reason. I thought they could have gone without that. Other than that, I thought it was a pretty good movie for the budget it's done on.
Okay. Well, we've seen other like found footage movies before, right? Where like Paranormal Activity or Blair Witch Project, and those movies are usually like cheaply done and cheap special effects, something that...
It doesn't look cheap.
It does not look cheap. This film does not look cheap. Like, the special effects are some of the best special effects I've seen ever. Like, when I left this movie, like, yes, you're right, there are a few problems that I saw, but I left just excited. I was like, oh, I feel good! It just felt really amazing watching this movie, seeing all these things, and there's a few scenes, I don't know if we're supposed to say, but there's a few scenes where they learn to fly, and it looks amazing. Just the camera view of flying through the clouds.
That was, yeah, a pretty good scene. And just how they use the whole telekinesis excuse to have pretty good camera angles on.
It's like every cameraman's wet dream. It's like, if you could control your camera with telekinesis, you have the best shots, and they would have really good shots. That's what I was surprised by. It's not like the usual jerkiness and stupid like running around, not seeing anything, hearing a bunch of screams. It's not like that at all. I think it was very good camera work. And I disagree with what you said about the guy suddenly changing. I think there was a reason for the change. In the very beginning of the movie, we see him being in this harsh home situation where his mother and his father is...
His mother's sick.
His mother's sick and his father is abusive. And this kid decides to film his life. And we can see that he sort of uses that camera as a barrier between him and the people. And we can see he's like ostracized in school. He's one of the kids that's being bullied, and he's not popular. And pretty much no one likes him. And then we see his progression as a character, and that moment when he did become bad, I think there's very good reason. Because what happens in the movie...
See, there's reason, but the only problem is it's just very sudden. Like, it starts off kind of like on a more of a comedic note, and then just later just takes a very dark turn. That's kind of the problem I had. I didn't know how to keep like just a good balance between the both. It just kind of went from pretty much comedy, they're having fun with their powers, and later to just complete dark chaos, which is pretty cool. I mean, it looks very cool.
So well done in my opinion.
The ending is just very epic and climactic.
It was epic. Like, there's no other word to describe it. Just the way, the special effects, I've never seen anything like it done before. Like, I don't know who these special effects guys are, but they were amazing. I just blew my mind what I saw in the movie.
They're okay, I thought.
I thought it was amazing. I don't know, like, the way they used the camera, the way they did the special effects. Like, I was just thinking about how special effects are now. I was like, how is that even possible? How could they do that? Some parts of it.
Now, do you think it would have been better if it wasn't the whole found footage type of filming, or if it was just like, regular, just typical filming?
Like, when I saw those camera shots where the boy was using telekinesis to control the camera and make it follow him around, I thought that was probably the reason why they decided to take the story that way, kind of like found footage.
Just for that,
I thought that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Like, because it looked really cool. Like the way their camera. I don't even know how they did it. Like a system of ropes or what. But
yes.
I think that's why. But it does give it a little bit more of a personal note.
Yeah, I guess there were times where I wish it would just typical, just regular, settle, just a good angle shot.
Yeah, I was a little confused when it switched like camera views.
There were times where the camera is a little shaky and you don't know what's going on.
But
overall,
I think also the found footage adds to the mystery, because they don't really explain what's going on behind it, why they.
It does leave a few questions.
Because it doesn't need to. That's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie.
It didn't affect the movie.
point of the movie is asking this question of, if you could give a human being these powers, how will they use it? And we see three different sides of it. All the three different guys. Mm-hmm. We see this boy, this troubled boy. We see a regular guy, and then a popular kid, and we see all these different ways of using these super telekinetic powers. And that's the question the movie is asking. What will people use it for?
Yeah, I guess it did do a good job showing just how much this major power corrupts just like a regular person.
And I think the actors did a great job of portraying their emotions, like how.
For the most part, yeah, but there were a few parts where the acting was just a little meh, and we got a little
terrible.
Not terrible. I wouldn't call it terrible at all, but it's a cliche line here and there, especially by the end.
Always, it's a teen.
Yeah.
High school setting.
Just overall, pretty good film. About what I expected. I would say I give it a good 7 out of 10.
Okay. I expected it to be really bad. I don't know why, because like most found footage films, and the trailer really didn't give it much to hope for. And I thought it was going to be like a 5 out of 10. And what I saw, and like, okay, I might have to think about this again, but when I left the theater, I felt great, and I felt like this movie was so worth seeing. I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
9 out of 10 for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll say go check it out.
Definitely worth watching, and I don't know, I loved it. You might too. You might hate it. Tell us why. Comment. Say, this movie's terrible, or say this movie's great, and tell us why. Leave a video response if you want.
And if you want us to do more videos, please like it and
subscribe.
Just tell us what you think.
Don't forget to subscribe, and this has been 2 Guys, 1 Movie, and
we'll see you next time.
See you next time.